Hello, and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart. This is episode 67. For those of you new to the podcast, I am a comedian from Vermont. I live in Vermont. I'm not from Vermont. But, I live in Vermont now, so I'm a Vermont comedian. Anyway. So this podcast is just a way for me to express my thoughts and opinions on things. Sometimes I get angry. Sometimes I reveal way too much about myself, like the time when I came out of the closet in episode 49 and 50. Which is true, by the way. But, usually my podcast, I talk about whatever I want to talk about. So, yeah. And, this week's episode, it is a weekly podcast. Usually, sometimes I take a week off. It happens. But, usually weekly. This week's podcast, is being recorded, the morning of Wrestlemania. I am a huge wrestling fan, and I'm a huge WWE fan. Have been in my entire life, so I'm dedicating this episode to wrestling talk. To me, giving my opinions about wrestling, my thoughts on wrestling. My thoughts on the WWE, really, because I know there are people out there that watch, like, the indies, like Ring of Honor and New Japan and other things like that. But I don't know if New Japan is considered indies, but you know what I mean. I'm a WWE fan. I will watch these wrestlers when they show up in the WWE. Because I hear about all these names. I was sort of familiar with AJ Styles from when I sort of watched TNA or Impact or whatever the hell it's called now. But now that I've seen AJ Styles in the WWE, he is probably the best wrestler around right now, in my opinion. But it's like that. But I didn't really pay attention to him. And there's I also don't watch NXT that much as I would like. I unfortunately wait for these guys to show up in the WWE. I don't know why. It's just the way I am. Been a big fan of wrestling my entire life. I remember I think the first time I saw wrestling, I think it was World Class Championship Wrestling. I think I saw a clip of the Von Erichs. I saw them on TV back in the 80s. So yeah, a big fan of the Von Erichs back in the day, and then Hulk Hogan came around, and I was a WWE fan. So yeah, I did not want to give a history of my wrestling fandom, but I've been a wrestling fan my entire 41 years of life. So I have 41 years as a from a fan's perspective on what a fan thinks works and what a fan thinks doesn't work. So I want to make that clear, because I know it would make some wrestlers mad if I said, I know stuff better than the wrestlers. That's not true. No, there's behind the scenes shit that we don't understand as fans that, that as fans that we would not understand that happens backstage and all that stuff. Let's see. So as I said, WrestleMania is tonight. It's going on, counting the pre-show, it's going on from 5 p.m. to midnight. 7 hours. 7 fucking hours of wrestling. That is too many hours of wrestling. There's the pre-show from 5 to 7, which will have 3 matches. And then, from 7 to 12, there'll be 11 more matches. Well, maybe just 10. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the John Cena versus Undertaker match. Because as of this morning, it's not listed on the card on the WWE app. I looked at the WWE posted an article listing all of the matches, and John Cena versus The Undertaker is not one of those things. So I have no idea what's happening with that. It's so stupid what they're doing with that. I wish they had made it official. Instead, you don't know what the fuck is happening. I feel like it's not going to be a match at all. It's probably just going to be a showdown of some sort. And that would be fucking stupid. I mean, people would love to see John Cena versus The Undertaker. It got like a huge pop the past few weeks. You know, when Cena mentioned it the first time, a couple weeks ago, I think, it was after Elimination Chamber when he lost that. He mentioned him facing The Undertaker. And then and that got a huge ovation. And they haven't made it official. It's the day of WrestleMania, and they have not made the Undertaker Cena match official. I'm thinking it's not going to happen. I'm almost rooting for it not to happen. Because if they just do a stupid showdown thing, that would be a disappointment. Or maybe they just shouldn't have the match at all. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is happening with that. But I'm gonna watch tonight and see what happens. I'm gonna watch at GW Foley's house with a few other wrestling fans and a wrestler. So that should be fun. So yeah, it's just the John Cena Undertaker thing. I feel like they're fucking with us, but the WWE, they do really well at fucking with the fans. Unfortunately. I hate how they mess with our emotions. Make us want to watch every week for the most part. But they know what they're doing. They're making billions of dollars. They're making a whole shitload of money. Because wrestling, WWE, is so fucking popular. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how popular the WWE is. But hey, people love professional wrestling. So, and they are the best at it. The WWE is the best place to do professional wrestling. I was going to call this episode Things I Hate About the WWE, but there's not much that annoys me about the WWE right now. I feel like they've gotten better with things. I don't know. Or maybe it's just grown on me. Certain things have grown on me. I don't really know. Let's take Roman Reigns, for example. Roman Reigns, how they've tried to, force him down our throats for the past few years when he gets so booed by people. But I feel like with this feud with Lesnar, with him talking shit about Lesnar, makes me like him more. Makes me like Roman Reigns more. With how he's saying how Lesnar is just a part-timer and all the full-timers can't stand this guy. So that's pretty interesting. So I'm curious. Roman seems to be showing a bit more personality, in recent months and weeks. So I'll be rooting for him tonight, I think. They've done a really good job actually building up the Lesnar-Reigns match, as opposed to 3 years ago when they tried to do it, when they did it with the Seth Rollins run-in. But there's no men's Money in the Bank winner, so they won't be doing a run-in. It'll just be them, and we'll see what happens. Okay. I'm assuming it's going to be the last match of the show. Roman Reigns has had the last match of the show for the last... Jesus Christ. He had the match against Lesnar in 31, I think. Then he had the match against Triple H in 32. Then he had the match against Undertaker in 33. And now 4 years in a row, he will have the last match of WrestleMania. I'm assuming it's the last match tonight. I can't imagine what would be last. I think Lesnar and Reigns has to be the last match tonight. I don't know. There's other matches on the card that I'm interested in as well. Like, I'm interested in the Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn match. I'll admit this. I'm a huge Daniel Bryan fan. That's not what I'm admitting. But, like, when he had to retire, that left a bad taste in my mouth. That my interest went away when he went away. But, like, a few weeks ago when he came back and announced he was medically cleared, and the speech he was going, I was getting teary-eyed. I'm like, holy shit. It's just his... I'm looking forward to seeing... I hope he doesn't get hurt tonight or in the future. Because I get nervous watching it now. I'll get nervous watching him now. I was getting nervous watching him before, but like now it's like, oh my God, when he's hurt. What if he's really hurt? What if he's not just fake hurt? What if he's not pretending to be hurt? Like when he made his announcement and he got like power bombed onto the ring apron by Kevin Owens, I thought, oh my God, why would they do that to him? But then I thought, no, he's got to be fine. He's got to be fine. If he wasn't fine, they wouldn't do that to him. Plus, Kevin Owens knows what he's doing. As opposed to some other people who've injured other wrestlers in the past, like Seth Rollins. Seriously, like what? I don't know how many wrestlers Seth Rollins has hurt, but he's hurt enough in my book to make me not be a fan of his. I don't care about Seth Rollins. I'm not a fan of Seth Rollins. I don't think I ever will be. Because he took Sting out of action. He ruined Sting's career. He ended Sting's career. And I will never forget that. Sting was one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day. And I was excited to finally see him in the WWE. And then Seth Rollins fucked it up. Just like he fucked up Finn Balor's run as the Universal Champion. All that shit. He fucked all that up. I'm surprised. Well, I'm not that surprised. They haven't let him, like, hold a belt. Well, I think he had the tag titles. That doesn't count. Tag titles doesn't. They haven't let him hold an individual belt in a couple years, but I don't know. I'm not a Seth Rollins fan. In fact, well, I think I hate him more than I hate The Miz. Because I don't hate The Miz as much as I used to hate The Miz. But, I don't know. The Miz will never be a great wrestler to me. I don't know. I'll never consider The Miz like a great wrestler. yet. Because, like, I feel like the great ones do a great job at being a bad guy or a heel and do a great job at being a face. And I've only seen The Miz do a great job as a heel. When he was a face, when he was a good guy, he sucked at it. So I worry if he ever becomes a face again, will he suck at it? You know, that's a concern for me. So I feel like he's very one-dimensional as just a heel. So I'll never consider him one of the all-time greats. He'll be in the company for a long time, probably. But, I mean, I don't know. I do feel myself leaning towards him more. As long as he keeps with the angry face. The angry face, if that makes any sense. The angry good guy. The good guy who thinks he doesn't get the shot or whatever. I don't know. If fans start to cheer for him. But I feel like that may never happen. I'm not sure about that. I don't see that happening. I don't know. Just never. I mean, he's had great matches. I'll be watching his triple threat match tonight to see how that goes. But I don't really care who wins the Finn Balor, Miz, Seth Rollins triple threat match. I'll look forward to a good match. I don't really, who cares who wins. I hope Rusev wins the Fatal 4-Way U.S. title match. So that'll be interesting. So I hope that happens. Because I like the whole Rusev Day thing. How that's just grown organically over the past few months. The fans love it. But again, that's the thing. Like, the WWE seems to frown upon shit when stuff grows organically. You know, like, with Rusev and with, what is his name? The guy who was with The Miz, who did the body double stuff. I can't remember his fucking name. And then once he turned face, but the fans loved him. You know what I'm talking about? The one who played his fucking body double. Damien Sandow. That's what I was talking about. Damien Sandow, when he portrayed Mrs. Stand-in. Right. The fans loved it. And then he became a face and disappeared off the face of the earth. But I don't think that was his choice. That was the WWE, I think, that did that to him. So that's the thing. Like, they don't like it when stuff... They want things to go the way that they want it to go. You know? But with Rusev Day, I heard that they put him in the Fatal 4-Way because his t-shirts sold a lot. So that's the thing. As long as it grows organically and makes the WWE money, then they'll be happy with it. They'll go with it. You know? They'll go with the movement. So, there you go. I mean, it's fine that the wrestlers are really popular, but will they sell tickets? And will they do what's necessary to sell tickets? Will they earn money for the company? Will, for instance, the Rusev Day t-shirt, that is apparently a top seller. So, if a wrestler grows organically and yet, you get a good t-shirt or something out of it and people buy that shirt a lot or buy that merchandise or something, it's all about selling themselves. That's all. How can they sell themselves? Dolph Ziggler, I feel like, has been mistreated by the WWE for years, but frankly, all of his t-shirts are shit to me. I would never want to buy one of his t-shirts. I bought a Happy Rusev Day shirt, but I would not buy one of Ziggler's t-shirts. Ziggler was, and probably still is, one of the best wrestlers in the WWE, but to me, I don't think he draws that good of money. He needs he needed a better t-shirt. Or he needed to, like, make the company money. And he didn't do that. I don't think he was willing to do that. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I think that's a good example. Like, Ziggler is, like, the underuse of Ziggler, but it was his own fault. Because, like, I would not want to buy any of his merchandise. But, yeah, no, he's... So that's his downfall. That's his fault. So yeah. So let's see. What the fuck else did I want to talk about the WWE for? Oh yeah. One match that's being heavily hyped, where I'm actually rooting for the bad guys, is the Team Rousey versus Team McMahon match. The match between Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey and Triple H and Stephanie. I'm rooting for Team McMahon. I'm rooting for Triple H and Stephanie. They've done the best job in this feud so far. I really hope that they win. Mostly because I think Ronda is a shitty professional wrestler. Now, in the ring, I think she'll be fine. But on the mic and walking to the ring, she absolutely fucking sucks. She smiles too fucking much. Be a badass, Ronda. Don't be like, oh, smiley and cheerful and stuff like that. No. I hope she does lose, and I hope that they do repackage her and polish her and make her the way that WWE would do it. Because she is terrible. So that match I'll watch the match. I'm going to watch all of the matches, but I mean, I'm not really looking forward to that one. Because I feel like it's going to be a cringe fest. Because she smiles too fucking much. She just smiles too fucking much for me. Just be a badass, Ronda. Don't smile. Just go in there, kick ass, take names. And get better mic skills. It's annoying. So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that match. Let's see. The fuck else was I going to talk about? The WWE. Yeah, so actually getting back to that last thing. Yeah, so I am actually rooting for Triple H and Stephanie in that match against Rousey and Kurt Angle. So we'll see about that. One other thing I wanted to talk about is, and this is something, I think I've talked about it before, but I hate the whole predicting thing. Not really like predicting, but sort of like projecting where you think the storyline should go. You know, you did hear me earlier complain about how they handled the Cena Undertaker match, but I try not to have like an idea or think about how it should go, because then it'll be disappointing. I'm just not happy with what I've seen, how they've handled that match so far, or the lead up to the match so far. So it's just like ridiculous. But like, there are people that would say, oh, this should happen, and then this should happen, and then this should happen, and then this should happen. And I'm like, no, just stop predicting things. Because you're just going to disappoint yourself. It's just watch WrestleMania tonight and enjoy it. Or not enjoy it. Or just watch it. And react however the fuck you want. But don't be like, oh, you should do it this way. No, you shouldn't fucking do it that way. It's ridiculous. Shouldn't do it that way. Whatever. It's just annoying to me when like people like do that. And I used to do that, and I still kind of do that, and I still catch myself doing that, projecting it or predicting it or forecasting it, whatever, and I get mad at myself when I forecast that. So stop forecasting the WWE, what's going to happen. because that ruins it for you. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Where the hell is Samoa Joe? I hope he makes an appearance tonight. I know I just talked about forecasting and how predicting is wrong, but if Cena's in the ring waiting for The Undertaker, and then an impromptu match with Samoa Joe happens, I'll be happy about that. But I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't happen. Like I said, I'm just going to enjoy the show. Yeah, that's the worst part, is like when you project it and you get upset. Well, they should have done it this way. Well, maybe you should work for the WWE and join the creative department and suggest that idea. And then they'll tell you that that idea is stupid, you pimply haired dickhead. Whew. Yeah, got a little angry there. All right, we're fine. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Shinsuke versus AJ Styles. That should be a good match. That should be the last match of the card tonight, but it's not going to be. It should be towards the end, and I hope they give them as much time as they want. They should. They have to. It would be a fucking tragedy if they gave them like a 10-minute limit. No, they need to go like 30 minutes. And then have like a few of the other matches just go 5 minutes apiece. It'll be fine. Like, they should have that match go last, because I feel like Lesnar versus Reigns should just be a 5-minute squash for Reigns. And I know I'm forecasting things and I shouldn't, but fuck it. But yeah, it just annoys me. Anything else that's annoying me about the WWE right now that I wanted to get off my chest before I end the podcast? I'm not really sure. Yeah, actually I want to talk about this. I hate, like, as opposed to the two shows like Raw and SmackDown, I like SmackDown better because it's only 2 hours. I can't watch 3 hours of Raw every fucking week without falling asleep during it and then missing the end. So stupid. Raw needs to go back to 2 hours. I know that may cost some wrestlers their jobs, but I don't give a shit. Raw needs to go back to 2 hours. It'll be a better show if you move it to 2 hours. I hope the rumors I heard about them moving to Fox are true, because I heard if they do move to Fox, that they will change the show to 2 hours. So yeah, I hope that happens. We'll see. So that's been this year's annual State of the WWE address. I mean, I probably will talk about wrestling in my other episodes here and there, but like this one, I wanted to dedicate it mostly to, or all of it, to the WWE. Because I am a fan, and I am looking forward. I like it when they do well, and they seem to be doing well right now with everything, which is good. And this WrestleMania is shaping up to be one of the best WrestleManias ever, potentially. Even if the Cena-Undertaker match doesn't happen, which I'm keeping low expectations and thinking it's not going to happen. Mostly because I think that would piss a lot of people off if it didn't happen. All right, well, let's see. That'll do it for this episode of the McTaggart Attack podcast. Like the McTaggart Attack podcast Facebook page. Find me, Kevin McTaggart, on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel for Kevin McTaggart for me, and I have the McTaggart Attack podcast YouTube channel, and I have a Twitter account, my Twitter account, @KevMcT, and I also have an email address for the podcast where if you want to submit things that piss you off anonymously, or if you want to ask me questions, you can email me at McTaggartAttack@gmail.com. I have a show next week, April 14th, at the Marquee in Middlebury. And then I have a show on April 20th and the 21st. The 20th is the Beef, where I get to be a judge for a roast battle show, the G.W. Foley's new monthly roast battle show. And then movie roast is the next night, where it's The Last Starfighter. And they're all at the Marquee, because that's pretty much the only place I perform, because that's the best venue in Vermont for comedy. And that's the bottom line. If you smell what the McTaggart Attack is cooking.